G'day guys, Matt here. We are at the development block again and we're still going to go on with the excavator work we were doing last week. So yeah, it's probably going to be the quickest way we can get it done at the moment. So we're just going to stick with it for a bit. But yeah, I've got to take fuel up to it. So I'll be taking this thing up to the excavator. This is actually an Australian-made tractor. Chamberlain built them, and it's a 9G is the model. So it's probably 60 years old, and my grandfather actually bought it brand new back in the early 60s or mid 60s or something, I believe. So yeah, it's been in the family all its life, and I remember even myself as a little kid, probably 20 years ago or so, yeah, driving around in it. It's fairly well restricted to light duties, and it basically stays here now hooked up to the fuel trailer. But yeah, it's a nice bit of history. You don't see these fancy windscreens anymore these days much. If it gets a bit breezy, you just close them off. We're just trying to get the rock out of the paddock all at once, instead of windrowing it and then have to come back later and deal with it. We figured we'll give it a crack and just see whether it works to just pile it up and then go straight into the dump truck. Just here by myself, still having a bit of a play, learning the ropes. And yeah, just when I get a full dump truck, I just go and dump it down there, and it's not far away. And yeah, then hop back on here. Well and truly be moving over 100 tonne an hour, and that's majority of that is rock out of the paddock. So yeah, it's actually not too bad. We're back here at the main farm and we're underneath the header here. So this is actually the header we were working on a couple of months ago, so it's basically all done. So this is the one we went right through, had to pull the rotors out, and yeah, went right through it. And yeah, one of these spinners at the back. So you've got two spinners here, and they just yeah, throw the stuff out to the side, so it ended up with a big pile behind the header when you're harvesting. And yeah, so it's got two sensors, and one on each motor, so you know if there's a blockage or something, or one motor seizes up or something, it lets you know. What I actually did was took this sensor off, put it on the other side, and it worked. So I know that the sensor's fine, and so it must be the wiring. So funnily enough, I pulled on the wiring a little bit and this one came out, and what we can probably see here is, you might be able to see it, but I'll just pull on that a little bit and you might see it stretches. So it's actually the wire's broken inside the sheath of the wire there. So if I just keep pulling that, it'll come off. I reckon that's been the problem. So I'll tidy that up, and yeah, we'll go from there. Well, I just put new pins on in there, and you can see, where is it? Down there. So I didn't actually cut that off, that's where it was broken. gets tucked up like that, but this wire down here still gets a bit exposed, and particularly in canola, the stubble can be quite high, and if you get the odd one that comes up, and it'll just jam in on those wires, and yeah, it can snap them internally, but yeah, it's sometimes hard to figure out because the wires look fine, but they're not. But yeah, how they work, you can see there's actually a light on there. When I go close to metal, it goes off. So it uses that pulsing. You'll not be able to see that one there. If I spin it, it goes off when the bolt goes over the top. So that's how the computer knows how fast these things are spinning. Well, I was down underneath the spreaders here and just talking to Josiah there, and he wondered whether there was meant to be a crowbar up there, and the answer to that is no. So thankfully there was just enough of it that we could see it, and yeah, that could save a lot of damage after spending a heap of time and money putting all this back together. So yeah, it's always pays to know where your tools are. So yeah guys, looks like we've fixed it. So both the left and the right spreader speeds are the same. So yeah, we're all good to go in that department. Yeah, so this is what was a torch. Yes, one of us went on lunch and had a torch in the header somewhere, and I came along to start it up and heard some banging and grinding, and yeah, I don't think we'll be able to put that one back together. Well, I got all the covers off here and I can't find the rest of it, so it'll just have to stay wherever it is and it'll come out eventually. Well guys, this header's done. Just as long as there's no more tools in there that come flying out and damage something. So yeah, this one's all done. That one's still got a fair bit going on with it. We found what the repeat auger was worn out, similar to what was on this header, but there was actually only one of them. So yeah, that's all fixed up, and yeah, we had some bubble up auger issues in that as well, and yeah, so it's all tip top now. So it doesn't have a lot left either. We've got a little bit of work to do on the header fronts here, and yeah, the other one is over there. So yeah, we're just working through it, getting there. See what tomorrow brings. We're spraying today, and we are spraying the linseed. So it's actually, yeah, looking pretty good. It's right next door to chickpeas, and yeah, you can see here we've got the chickpeas that we're a bit worried about, and they were quite flooded out. They've actually filled in quite well, so there were quite a few thin patches just here and there. You can see a little bit thin stuff there, but it's actually filled in quite nicely, and you can see here it's flowering. You can see little purple flowers, and yeah, it's actually coming along quite nicely. We all got a bit of a nice surprise, I think, once it was dry enough to get out and about. So yeah, we got linseed's getting some insecticide sprayed on it. There's some grubs in that, and yeah, they just eat the pods right out from the inside, so you can quickly end up with no grain. So yeah, we've got to get on top of that. We're gonna hop in the sprayer and get to it. We're in the linseed crop here. Yeah, you can see it's flowering. So it's not in full flower yet. Usually it gets even a bit more white than this. So yeah, they're a white flower, and you do actually get the odd purple flower, as you can see there. But yeah, majority is white. Now what we're spraying for is grubs, and I think there's one. Where is he? There's one just there, you can see, and another one there. These are all what would be a pod if it was left to finish, and you can see there's little holes in there, and they are where the grubs are gone in and sucked all the insides out. So that's what we're spraying for. Otherwise, you don't end up with a lot of grain in the bin when you come to harvest it. For those who aren't familiar with linseed, Yeah, this is currently just above my knees, so it won't get any higher than this really. It's just yeah, just about to start to fill in the pods, and yeah, then it'll all dry down and then we'll come through and harvest it. So yeah, we're looking like we're all in good shape here.
G'day guys, it's Phil here. We're just here with both the dozers, just trying to put in a spillway. We've got the dam that's flowing out across the road here and down into the paddock. We need to channel it into that creek, so we're just in the process of doing that, and we've got power poles and old windmills and things to sort of be mindful of. We don't want to give them a little love tap, could be rather untidy. So we're just trying to get enough dirt to do the job. We want a nice broad bank that is easily driven over, because this is going to be part of the main road.
Well, we're here at the lease block. This is the barley that we put that urea on. I'll put a link in the description to that video if you want to check that out. But yeah, no, it looks like it certainly worked. You can see here, I'm standing in the run here where we didn't spread anything. So this was the control, and you can see it's quite yellow, and you can see there's quite a distinct line just along there. So that's where we spread the urea, and obviously on that side, so you can see another fairly distinct line along there. Yeah, we should be able to see that on the drone footage. But yeah, we're just hoping you get the money back at the end of the year come harvest time, but it's certainly looking a lot healthier. So that's the main goal. Guys, I don't know about you, but sometimes it feels like it's a bit spasmodic around here. So now we're at the development block, and I was going to hop on the excavator and keep going on with a bit of that rock. I've actually got a fairly big pothole and boggy section of road, which is sort of the main entrance to this property. So we've just got the old man, he's in the dump truck now, and yeah, I've just got the loader here. filled it up. But what we're doing is we're taking some of this rock. Now all of this rock has been picked from this section here. You can see it's all been worked here. And yeah, we've used the actual rock picker for that. So yeah, I haven't actually been here for a good couple of months maybe, so I haven't seen any of this, but all of this was, yeah, quite bad rock. And you can see maybe in the distance, just there, that's the rock picker going. So we've got Josiah is on it. I'll probably send the drone up, have a bit of a look. And I think down there, there's a section that we haven't done. I think the rocks are just a little bit too big for the rock picker, but it gives you a bit of an idea of what this whole area was like. A lot of it was surface rock because we had cultivated it a few times, so nothing too major underneath. It's actually quite nice size for just filling in some bog holes in the road. There is the odd big one in there, but a lot of it is quite a nice size. It should all pack down quite nicely. This stuff here's got a bit of dirt in it because of the rain we had, but the stuff over here, which was done before we had the rain, virtually doesn't have any dirt at all. So yeah, you just got to work with the conditions you're dealt. But yeah, no, it's certainly a lot better than doing it by hand, that's for sure. Righto, well, we've got that rock dumped down at that road, and now I'm probably only got another 2 or 3 hours left in the day, and I'll hop on the excavator and keep going on with that, I think. Coming along all right here. You can see here it's yeah, quite a bit wet, so it's not doing as good a job as we would like, but it is doing a job, so that's good enough for us at the minute. It's about the quickest way we're going to be able to get this done, just because we don't have access to other things that would make it quicker. And yeah guys, we're on Instagram and Facebook now. Check out the links in the description. And yeah, this will probably be the end of the video, so we'll catch you in the next one.